Toki,
Yan-san.
Sina Pilin Seme. If you couldn't understand what I just said, don't worry, you're not having a stroke. I was just speaking Toki Pona. Although actually, I guess technically it's possible that you're having a stroke. I have no idea. I'm just a YouTube video. Comprised of 137 words, Toki Pona is the only language you can learn in a matter of hours, 30 on average, as long as you have an internet connection and nothing better to do than learn a language you heard about in a YouTube video. Created by Canadian linguist and translator Sonia Lang, Toki Pona, the Toki derived from
Toki is in word Toki
and Pona derived from the Esperanto word bona, literally means language of good because it's super hard to whine or complain if you've only got 120 words to choose from. So how exactly does a language with only 137 words work? Let's start with letters. Unlike the 26-letter Roman alphabet, Toki Pona has only 14 letters with 9 consonants and 5 vowels. The consonants are letters and the vowels off the phonetic vowels
A, E, I, O, U.
Since these letters can be pronounced by most people regardless of language, and each word's first syllable is emphasized regardless of vowel placement. Its grammar follows the sentence structure of subject-verb-object seen in English, Chinese, French, and Italian, with a vocabulary sourced from a wealth of different languages. These articles help clarify sentences, but because Toki Pona doesn't have tenses
or any part of speech indication,
it can be harder to parse out ambiguous sentences. The sentence "I am eating" appears relatively easy to construct in Toki Pona, which sounds like mi moku. But if you're around a group of cannibals who also speak Toki Pona, saying mi moku could spell trouble since the word moku means eat and food, and they would hear I am food. There are also 4 types of sentences: statements, wishes or commands, questions, and interjections. Interjections, by the way, are the only one-word sentences and can be any of these words. Because of its intuitive, easy-to-learn structure, Toki Pona sentences get straight to the point. For example, this is "How are you doing" in Toki Pona. Sina Pilin Seme, with Sina meaning you, Pilin meaning feel, and Seme meaning what. So to ask someone how they're doing in Toki Pona means literally asking them, "You feel what?" which coincidentally is what Joey says in bootleg dubs of Friends. But while having a limited vocabulary limits miscommunication, only the basics can be communicated. There's also no room for polite speech. If you want to say thank you, you're stuck with Pona, which is a generally positive affirmation more than an expression of gratitude. There are the 5 words you can describe colors with, and these are the 3 words that describe numbers. If there's 1 of something, you can say wan, if there's 2, you can say 2, and if there are more than 2, you say
mute.
For many, meaning that any number between 3 and infinity is the same.
But if you want to be more precise, there is another number system like this one.
And if you're trying to describe your morning routine, it could get complex real fast. Describing something in Toki Pona takes a lot more words and careful structuring. This means talking in Toki Pona relies heavily on noun phrases, which always come after the words they describe. These are only some of the ways you can refer to coffee in Toki Pona, and you probably have to settle for saying telo sui wawa
Kapakan namako,
or sweet energetic water with embellishment. While Toki Pona can be written phonetically with the 14 Latin characters I mentioned earlier, there's actually a way to simplify this language even more. Lang also developed a system of pictograms you can use instead, known as Sitelin Pona, which literally translates to simple writing. This sort of system isn't unheard of.
Thai,
for example, uses a non-phonetic writing system, as does Mandarin. Here's the full Pictionary of Toki Pona, the entire language in one place, where you can combine words into a single picture, like this one that combines Toki and Pona to create one image for Toki Pona. With its very limited alphabet, it's challenging to use this system to write out a name or location that isn't already defined in the Toki Pona dictionary.
Sam is not a legal syllable in Toki Pona, so we have to replace the M with an N, so it will be pronounced Sam. For HAI, we have to use SAI, which sounds similar enough to be recognizable.
As far as native speakers though, Toki Pona has none. Most of the 1,000 plus people who speak it learned it online, as the language boasts large Facebook and Reddit groups, with the r/Toki Pona page having amassed more than 13,000 members. For several years, students at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology could take Toki Pona courses as part of their independent activities so they could unwind from learning with a little hard-earned learning. And last year, Toki Pona was added to Minecraft in case you were interested in making Minecraft borderline unplayable. It's also been taught to artificial intelligence, and one study found that machines were better at recognizing speech patterns of Toki Pona than English because of its simplicity and limited vocabulary. In fact, different AIs were so accurate at Toki Pona's speech recognition that researchers thought it might be worth more people adopting the language to converse with machines. But if learning a new language just so you can talk to AI robots seems a little much, don't worry, you can just wait until the AI has killed us all instead.